It's episode 106. We've been doing this 106 times. What a better thing to talk about than Vault 106. Do you remember anything about 106?
I don't even know what game it's in.
Wow. It's for fucking Fallout 3. This is...
Okay.
This...
Is that Agatha?
No. That's, I think, want to say 90-something offhand.
92 or 96, I think.
Noises, just so I don't have to edit as much. Vault 92 is the Vault. Is the music one. Yes, 92. I knew it was 92. I thought it was 97. The Overseer's name is Rick Rubin. Alright. Thanks for fucking... Alright, so 106. I remembered so little about this vault that as I was reading the wiki page, I was just like, when the fuck did this even happen? And then I'm reading it and I was like, have I even ever been in here? Because I don't remember any of this. Turns out, it's the fucking vault with the science bobblehead in it.
Which one is that?
This is the one where everything turns kind of blue.
Oh, the one with the weird, like, toxic chemical.
Yeah. Vault 106 is southeast of Arafu and a bit north of the Jury Street metro station and not far from 101. The Vault experiment was psychoactive drugs were released into the air filtration system 10 days after the doors were sealed. Only the Overseer knew about the drugs and told all the Vault dwellers that everything was fine. By 2277, the inside of the vault is mostly destroyed, and everyone inside it has gone insane. The drugs are still being pumped through the air ventilation system.
Is it like mushrooms, like LSD? What is this?
It's
like, do they really specify?
No, they just say a psychoactive drug, and it causes hallucinations. When you enter the... which I get into a little bit more later. When you enter the vault, everything seems normal except for it being like a totally destroyed vault, and there's like doors that you can't access. A lot of the vault you can't access. And then all of a sudden everything's just blue. And you're just like walking around like, ooh, this is blue. And you get to the point where... you start seeing things and people that you remember, but I'll get to that in a minute. When you enter the vault, you begin to slowly hallucinate. Construction of the vault started in March of 2064 and ended in December of 2069. There was 95 subject researchers, and it only lasted a duration of 147 months. How long is 147 months?
I'm stupid. Hold on. 147 divided by 0.25 years.
How many years?
0.25.
How many years?
12 and a quarter.
How many years?
11 plus 1. I figured the 0.25 put it over.
What?
I figured that extra 0.25 put it over.
You like can't say...
Was that acceptable?
You can't say that number on this show. You're aware of this.
Are you going to censor it every
Absolutely.
time? Absolutely. You're ridiculous.
Its computer system was a Think Machine 2800X. Its power supply was primarily a rock-solid brand geothermal, and its backup was General Atomics nuclear power. And its overseer was Dr. Albert Lears. There's not really much on... Oh, hello. Things falling out of my notebook. Most of the vault is blocked off, and you can start to hallucinate because of the drugs. One drug-induced hallucination looks all pre-war with terminals speaking from your subconscious. So you enter a room, and the room has like Zax computers or what are they called? I just said the name of them. Or Think Brain computers, whichever ones are the big ones. You know, the big, like they're half the room size. And everything's intact, and you would know what it looks like because you're from a vault yourself. But the terminals, you can go to them and you can access them. And when you access them, it seems as if your subconscious is trying to get to you and say, "Get out of here! You're hallucinating. None of this is real."
That's actually really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I don't remember this vault at all, except that I remember my screen going blue and being confused.
Yeah, and I remember my screen going blue and walking slower and then missing the hallucinations. If you go to all the computers in the room, once the hallucination ends, actually they disappear. Everything's gone. There's no more big computers in the room. There's no more terminals in the room. It's a really neat way to tell a story. It's just like, it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's at one point towards the end of the dungeon or vault, the tunnel snakes show up.
That's right. They rule.
They rule. Scientifically proven. You just see Butch show up, and you see Wally Mack show up, and they're just like, "We're here now. Hello." Your dad can actually show up while you're hallucinating, and if you shoot him, you lose karma.
Huh.
Yeah. At
That's really interesting.
There's a bunch of insane living survivors within the vault as well. But it just makes me ask the question, if the entire thing only lasted 11 plus 1 months and a quarter, and this is 200 years after the bombs fell, I get it, there's only like 8 people in there.
11 plus 1 years and
What's
a
up?
quarter. 11 plus 1 years.
Yeah, and a quarter of a year.
Yes.
If it only lasted that long, and this is 200 years later, then how are there people recreating down in this vault?
Yeah. My best guess is that all the original inhabitants are probably fucked off, and the people that are in there are probably people that are wearing vault suits, but are probably born of Wastelander that have just like made their way in there and then went crazy.
Maybe. I don't know. It's they have a little more health. I believe they have as much health as the Garys do. And Garys are a little beefier. Yeah, there's no out of all the people that are in there, there's no females that are in there. But if you go into the female quarters, there are dead bodies in the female quarters. So I don't know. There's
Misogyny. You can't have shit.
there's also a tunnel at the end of the vault that seems to be like the vault just kind of ended and they started tunneling through, and there's a bunch of skeletons there and a mini nuke. So it's theorized that maybe they tried to blow their way out of the vault.
If they did, wouldn't that radiation just like leak throughout the entire vault and kill them all?
Probably, but fuck it, when you're tripping out like that, any way to get out, you know what I mean?
Yeah. When you're snorting shrooms and drinking drugs.
Yeah. If you close the vault door while... These are just some notes. If you close the vault door while inside, it appears there are no legitimate ways of leaving, as there are no vault door control pad inside. One method of opening it is implementing the same technique used to obtain Colonel Autumn's 10mm pistol, where on the left side of the door, next to the raised area, flip the camera around and where the controls are on the other side. This can take several attempts, as is this. If you have a companion with you, asking them to leave will result in them leaving via the door, thus opening it. You see doubles or triples, I spoke about this a little bit, of your father, Amata, and the Overseer in 2 separate occasions while you are affected by the drugs. Butch Deloria and the Tunnel Snakes are also seen as an apparition while fighting the survivor. Killing apparitions result in a loss of karma. If you try to talk to your dad as an apparition, he disappears. The Amata that's in 106, the hallucination, is actually a different Amata than the one that you meet. It has a different hairstyle and color.
Then the Trouble on the Homefront one?
Yeah.
Or the original one?
Yes. I'm assuming it's the same
one,
model.
Yeah. That's kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could remember this vault.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember it. I genuinely just have no memory of it. It's such a quick vault. Like, I don't even remember this. Behind a very easy locked door, on the 106 entrance floor, a locked terminal with a very hard difficulty contains a letter sent by the Overseer to 106 security, falsely stating that the unusual odor and faint taste in the air was due to the irregularity in the vault filtration system, and instructing the security personnel to tell concerned residents the same lie.
Yeah, I'm looking at the wiki page now. This vault, I don't know, it kind of rubs my game designer the wrong way.
Why?
it makes me feel like there was probably more planned for this vault and they never finished it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm feeling about it.
Here's another one. As you enter the science labs from the lower floor of the living quarters, there is a window into a room on the left. Looking through the window shows the room is upside down. The floor is the ceiling and the ceiling is the floor. But going through the door into the room, everything is right. Everything's the way it should be. This is the only hallucination in the vault that does not turn your screen blue when it runs its course. You cannot wait during hallucinations. And grenades, if thrown in hallucinations, only explode once the hallucination has ended, and the explosion won't be heard when the grenade is thrown, but it will be heard elsewhere.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it.
Here's a behind-the-scenes thing. You want to hear about some cut content?
I would love to.
Several additional hallucinations were planned and partially implemented for 106, including a room appearing upside down for a short time, a hallway where the lone wanderer would gradually shrink as they progressed along with it, like Alice in Wonderland, hallways appearing where blank walls had been before, and a boss survivor initially appearing identical to the lone wanderer's father. Most of these were cut for unknown reasons. In addition to unused hallucination, a special helmet called the makeshift gas mask, was placed in 2 locations within 106. Wearing the mask would have prevented any further hallucinations from happening. This mask was mostly implemented but suffered from scripting flaws that permanently reapplied blue whenever it was removed, even outside of 106. There'll be some pictures on screen. It's just kind of a weird thing. I don't remember anything about this.
It's the weird one, yeah.
Maybe that's the point.
The only thing I remember is the blue.
Maybe that's the point.
Yeah, maybe it is.
Maybe the point is like, oh, you go on this weird drug trip, and what do you remember? I don't know, man, but everything was blue, and I kind of talked to some people. Like, you know what I mean?
You remember sweet fuck all.
Yeah, like, just kind of you woke up, and you're like, huh? Yeah, that's 106. You have anything you want to say?
No, I just don't know how to feel about this one. It's like super strange.
Yeah, for as much Fallout 3 as I played, I was reading this going, when the fuck did this happen? Did you ever see the Ringer, that Johnny Knoxville movie where he tries to rig the Special Olympics?
No.
No, you never saw that? Yeah,
No.
He tries to rig the special. He's like a degenerate gambler, and for him to make money, he thought he would rig the Special Olympics, but he gets his ass handed to him. Like, he's like, "Oh, it'll be easy. It's the Special Olympics," and then he gets there and he's like, "Oh no, these are real athletes." But there's
it's
a scene,
the Olympics.
What's that?
Well, yeah, it's the Olympics.
Yeah, and there's a scene where the one trainer, her boyfriend, like cheating on her, and all of these people, I don't even know the fucking proper term to say for people that would be in the Special Olympics. They all have some sort of learning disorder or what have you. Atomic Radio Hour.